You ever had someone say you just need to believe in yourself? I don't know about you, but this thing really annoys me. It just makes me mad. I mean, it's false advertising. This whole concept of, you can do anything you put your mind to, I just don't see it. I know when I was young, I used to think, well, if I just put my mind to it and I work really hard, train really hard, I could be the captain of the Australian cricket team. And so I went hard at it and I worked really hard to be the best cricketer I could be. And I had to eventually just face the facts. I'm no Michael Clarke, I'm no Steve Smith. I just don't have their ability. No matter how hard I try, no matter how hard I work, no matter how much I put my mind to it, I'll never be the captain of the Australian cricket team. There are some things that are just beyond me. You see, we're growing up in a society that tells us you can do anything you want, you can be anything you want to be. It's just not true. Try telling that to the Bali 9 ringleaders who may well be executed for what they've done, for doing anything they want. You see, the simple truth is we cannot do anything we want. There are always restrictions, or quid quo pros, as the genie from Aladdin puts it.
You're gonna grant me any 3 wishes I want, right?
Almost. There are a few provisos, a couple of quid pro quos.
Like?
Rule number 1, I can't kill anybody.
Yeah, so don't ask.
Rule number 2, I can't make anybody fall in love with anybody else. You little punum there. Rule number 3,
I can't bring people back from the dead. It's not a pretty picture. I don't like doing it.
other than that, you got it.
So we all know that there is no such thing as a genie in a bottle, or do we? I don't know about you, but I used to think that God was my genie in a bottle, that I could just rub the lamp and out he'd pop and he'd do whatever I wanted him to do. Perhaps not kill anyone or make someone fall in love with me or bring anyone back from the dead, as the genie in the bottle says. But there's much more to faith and to God than that. You see, there's a fine line between faith and stupidity. If we put our faith in things that are of this world, things that we can see, things that we can touch, they let us down. They perish. The Bible says in 2 Corinthians 5:7 that we live by believing and not by seeing. That's the opposite, counterculture to what the world says. The world says, seeing is believing. But God says something different. And when we come to God, when we have faith in a supernatural being, a supernatural God, we are believing in something we can't see. It's exactly the opposite of believing in yourself. See, if you believe in yourself, you're believing in something you can see. You're believing in the things, the mistakes you've made in your past, the mistakes you're going to make right now, and the mistakes you may make in the future. We all know that we fall short of the mark so many times. How can I believe in myself when I keep stuffing up? There has to be something better. There has to be something bigger. There has to be something that is perfect, and that is God. And that's why we put our faith in God. He's the supernatural being who actually did come back from the dead. Food for thought.